For your final project and assignments for American literature, you're going to be examining the culminating question, which we've been discussing throughout the school year. In what way can we make the American dream more attainable? To get you started and thinking as you're watching the video, I want you to internalize the question at hand. What ideas do I identify with when trying to approach my own answer to the culminating question?
The American dream, as traditionally understood, is dead, but it's been reinvented in millions and millions of wonderful ways.
So I would say it's more about making it more possible for more people, and that means that we have to think about more people as American.
My American dream is that every family can have the same opportunities as the most privileged family in America, and that we can all make the best of this country.
To be able to do what I want to do with my life, where I want to do it, and surrounded by the people that I love the most.
It's really to give back to my community, my parents, and everyone who's around me that's helped me throughout my life.
My American dream is to influence the world in a positive way.
Acknowledging our role in the world, acknowledging that we are of the world.
In which every person in the United States had health care, could earn a living and support themselves and have a home.
I love this idea of the pursuit of happiness. That to me is very important, and just to have access to the same things that my fellow Americans have.
So my American dream actually is to become a citizen of the United States. I'm actually currently a DACA recipient.
My American dream is to make my parents proud.
My dream is to become a renowned artist. We'll see in a few years. You may have a deja vu when you see me on the big screens, and you'll say, you know what? I was right. That kid did make his dream happen. And where, out of all places in the world, in the best place, which is here in the United States of America.
So before moving on, I'm going to encourage you to pause the video and take some time to think about what is your American dream. So the first thing that you're going to do assignment-wise in achieving this project is the brain dump. You're going to answer the following questions in a couple of sentences. Whatever first comes to your mind is what you're going to write down. I'm not expecting perfection or detail, just a generic outline of thoughts. So I'm going to give you some time to read these. I would press the pause button and then I will continue. So some of the questions that you might have or need clarification on are number 3 and number 5. For number 3, it says to use the class text to support your vision for the American dream. Class text would be any of the stories that we read throughout the school year, The Great Gatsby, The Crucible, The Help. If you weren't in my class first semester, you could pull some of the text that you read first semester for your other language arts class that you were in. The idea here is not to provide quotes or full summaries, but to take ideas from those texts that support your vision of your American dream. So if part of your American dream vision is being able to have a certain amount of money to attain your American dream, you might cite Gatsby and how his American dream was to be with Daisy, but he couldn't have that when he was poor, and that he had to have a certain amount of wealth to attract her attention and to even be an option for her. As far as number 5 goes, I'm going to be giving some examples in the rest of the presentation, but if you needed extra examples, I would use the distance learning module higher level thinking video link that's there. Obviously, there's more, and we're going to get into that next. So for this project, there are some essential standards that I feel that I want to see you meet some mastery on that are 11th grade standards. Instead of giving you the teacher language version of these standards, I'm going to be using some of my own language to explain the standards, but if you want to read through them, feel free. So for the first one, we are looking at the reading standard. Basically, what I am asking you to do is to use a variety of different informational formats. So not just the books that we read, not just your own personal opinion, but to also bring in videos or articles or any other type of information that really cements how you would achieve your goal or why it's important to achieve this American dream. For this assignment, my minimum expectations is that you would use 2 class texts, that you would use 2 other formats outside of those class texts, be it video, articles, magazines, newspapers, whatever you can get a hold of, podcasts, and then to be able to incorporate visuals that help the audience understand and visualize how you are going to achieve this American dream, in what ways this would be more attainable or could be more possible. So the next step in this project process is creating an outline that shows all of the resources that you're choosing to use, which is your stories from the class and any other articles or videos or information, how that is going to connect to your answer, what even is your answer to the culminating question. But it also is going to be writing down your level 3 question. For those of you who have never written a level 3 question or need a review, I have one right here. And just to break it down for you, a level 1 question is something you can quickly Google search on the internet and answer in 1 to 2 words. So my example is, who do I need to call to set up my interview? A level 2 question is also something that you could Google search, but maybe the answer is a little bit more extensive and takes a little bit longer to answer. How did the company get started? The company was founded in 1993 and was started when Ben and Jerry decided to expand their small shop into a major corporation. A level 3 question is what you are going to be answering for this particular assignment, creating for this particular assignment. A level 3 question is not something that you can quickly Google search. You would probably have to Google search multiple aspects in order to answer the question. So in this level 3 question example, if given the opportunity to work for the company, what specific skill set will I bring to enhance the business? I would have to look up information about the business of skills they might require to hire people. I would also have to think about the skills that I possess that make me hireable for that company. Then I would have to think about, out of those skills that I possess, what am I going to bring idea-wise or work ethic-wise to enhance the business and make it even better than it already is. So then I would have to even have some background information about that business. So as you can see, it's a lot more critical thinking. That's what makes it a level 3 question. All right, so the final component of this project is to put all of your information together in a format that you would present it in. So organize interactive elements, whether that's word choice, pictures, video, audio, text, color, etc., to showcase your thought-out answers to the questions. You can use any of the platforms that we've used throughout the school year, from Adobe Spark, Prezi, Canva, Screencastify, or even Google Slides. If you wanted to venture out and use apps that you're comfortable with from your home computer, just make sure that it's something that you can upload to Canvas and share with me for your final product. As far as exploring the options go, while I don't have any presentations to showcase that pertain to this specific assignment, I do have some products of other assignments that require some broad, copious amounts of information that need to be included in them. So I thought I would share those different presentations that I have put together, and that way you could see a final product using one of those platforms. So let's review, because that's a lot of information. Number 1 is to do the brain dump and get down a generic 1 to 2 sentence answer for each of the questions. Number 2 is to create your project outline and to get down more of those longer thought out answers and connections to your answer to the culminating question. And then number 3 is to create an awesome presentation showcasing your answer. Important due dates are May 31st. That's when I will have expected you to watch the video, review it if necessary, or done any review on higher level thinking, and then to do your brain dump. On the 7th is when your project outline will be due. So you'll have from the 1st of June to the 6th to get that done. And then from the 8th to the 16th, you'll have to turn in your American Dream project. And then June 17th, summer vacation begins. If you want to get your whole thing done this week, or next week, or whenever is doable for you, feel free to work on it because all of the assignments will be uploaded on Canvas. So you don't have to wait until they're due or the week they're due to work on them. The last thing I just want you to keep in mind is to really focus on this big concept of the culminating question and what ways can we make the American dream more attainable. And I do want you to utilize this opportunity to examine what you feel your American dream is, or even if you want to examine who you have in your life that has struggled to achieve their American dreams and what that big aspect is that holds them back from achieving their American dreams, you can go about it that way as well. The bottom line here is I want you to be able to take what you put together in this project with you outside of this class. Also, just keep in mind that when you're putting your final presentation together, think about the way that you learn best and the way that information comes across to you the easiest, and approach it at that point. Even though you don't have to do speaking in your final presentation or even talk in your final presentation, think about how you would learn best the information that you're trying to present. All right, so now it's time to get started. As always, if you have any questions, or even if you just want to brainstorm with me about some possible answers to the question, feel free to email me at any time.